So, what exactly are unattached burdens and how do they impact our internal landscape? And to explore this further, let's take a closer look at the dynamics within our internal family. As we've done before, it may be helpful to imagine your internal system as a bustling community, with each part representing a distinct member of your family or of the community. And now picture those unattached burdens as lost baggage, wandering through the streets of this community, seeking a home among the various parts. And these unattached burdens may stem from past traumas or unresolved emotions that haven't been fully processed. Without a designated part to carry them, they roam freely with our internal system and they influence the behaviors and emotions of other parts. For example, you may find yourself experiencing bouts of anxiety without a clear trigger or feeling unwarranted anger towards loved ones. These emotions could be signals of unattached burdens seeking resolution within your internal family. So, how do we address these unattached burdens and bring about healing within our internal system? Well, internal family systems offers a framework for identifying and allowing these burdens, just like those attached to parts, to unburden. And what is different with unattached burdens, because I've had some people say, how do I know if it's an unattached burden? Or how is this different from a burden that's attached to one of my younger parts? And my answer to that, and in my own work, is to say, first of all, a burden, whether it's attached or not, is a burden. And it may be who we think we are, but it doesn't help balance our system. And we want to be careful and delicate with these burdens that are attached with parts to make sure, we're not shaming the part, we're not calling the part bad, but the burden is simply that, a burden that doesn't belong and can be unburdened. And what I have found is with these unattached burdens, first of all, is they don't belong in the city or community and in our internal system. And if we specifically know that they're not attached to a part, sometimes we have to be a little more forceful with them. And so, but I've found, because I've experienced this in my own personal work with a practitioner, that if we stay curious, trust the process, it generally becomes clear if a burden is unattached, and we can help it usher out of our system so that we can continue to heal and to be whole. And by cultivating self-awareness and fostering a compassionate relationship with our internal parts, we can create a safe space to identify and interact with unattached burdens and ask, or maybe even sometimes tell them to leave our system. And as we journey through the landscape of our psyche, it's essential to remember that healing is a gradual process. And I'm not going to talk a lot about this today, but I've also found that there are guides on our journey. And for me, it's usually something to the attune of my Christ consciousness from a Christian background. I'm not saying that has to be the same for you, but there are also guides that may not be attached to a specific part, like Holy Spirit or something like that I have found that can help me lead to healing too. They do belong within my system. They may not be attached to a part, but they lead me to healing and to light that I may not have normally found on my own. So keep that in mind too when you're looking inside, and stay curious and on the lookout for unattached burdens, but also those guides that are for our greater good.